A few weeks ago, I got my life absolutely dragged by ChatGPT. Here's the prompt that I put in. Now that you can remember everything I've ever typed here, point out my top 5 blind spots. I was not ready for the dragging that commenced. ChatGPT read me for filth. And apparently it read a lot of y'all for filth too. My bad, but also you're welcome. Because for me, that prompt honestly changed my life. But a little background. Back in December, I actually started a 6-month journey to radically improve my life. I want to completely change my life. And I know that sounds dramatic and cinematic and over the top, but hear me out. I wanted to become a better mom, a better creator, a better wife, cook healthier meals, make more money. And in the beginning, it was great. I was full of hope. I was checking off goals. And then things just kind of fizzled. The updates slowed down. And I honestly felt like I was performing more than I was progressing. I put so much pressure on myself to show up on Sunday, for my videos to be aesthetic, that I left little to no time to actually improve my life. But what that ChatGPT prompt helped me realize is that it's really hard to change your life when you don't even really know yourself. You don't know your wants, your desires, your patterns, your boundaries, and that is where the self-audit comes in. I read a 30-day series on TikTok where I asked ChatGPT one deep and meaningful question every day. What's one thing I keep avoiding, and what might it be costing me? What do I need to hear right now from myself? Considering that I want to become a blank in 5 years, what habits and traits do I need to start developing right now? What small risk am I willing to take this week to prove to myself that I can? It was raw, a little uncomfortable, but very healing. And most of all, it gave me so much clarity. Side note, it's still up on TikTok if you want to go start from day 1 to day 30. It will change your life. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? And now that I'm done with this 30-day audit, it's time to edit my life to match this version of myself that I'm becoming. It only makes sense. So I'm not really looking at this as a restart of my journey. I see it as a rebuild, and I'm calling it the Self-Edit, a personal journey to drastically improve one area of my life and hopefully create a ripple effect on everything else. It's a documented transformation, messy, intentional, real. Now, to figure out what I wanted to focus on, I returned to my good friend ChatGPT. We go together real bad at this point. It gave me 5 very powerful potential self-edits. There was the income edit, the identity edit, the systems edit, the worth edit, and then the creativity edit. I chose income because let's be honest, ain't nothing funny when you ain't got money. And these days, avocados are like $20. Interest rates are just disrespectful. And I'm about this close to selling my toddler's art on Etsy and calling it modern minimalism. Any takers? No? Okay. So what is my goal for my income self-edit? I want to make enough money to buy my dream home. That's it. As succinct as I can make it. That's my goal. Before I had like 20, 50 million goals. It didn't work. It was too much. I just have one goal. I want to buy my dream home. And not just that, I want to do it in a way where I can still be a present wife, a hands-on mom, not walk around looking disheveled, and doing work that I genuinely love. I feel like that's not too much to ask for, right? And that's it. That is the sole focus of this journey that I am on. I'm hesitant to call it a 6-month journey because it might take longer than that. All that matters to me is that I do the work and I see real change and I focus on the right things. Less about the aesthetics and more about the growth. So here's what you can expect from me every week. Because one thing that Self-Audit series taught me is that I am capable of showing up daily if necessary, okay? So I want to commit to coming on here every week, even if it's only for like 2 seconds, just to be like, hey y'all, bye y'all. So it'll pretty much be like my regular vlogs where I give you a behind the scenes look at what I'm doing to progress towards buying my dream home, real reflections on what's working, what's not, what's messy, what's chaotic, what's going well, all of that. And then you can also join me over on TikTok where I'll give more day-to-day updates on my journey, as well as share some of those prompts to help us do more of that inner work. So yeah, that's the plan. I am editing my life starting with my income. The goal is to build a business that will allow me to buy my dream home, build generational wealth, and show up as a wife, mom, and woman that I am becoming. And consider this your invitation to join. My self-edit is on income, but yours can be something totally different. Maybe you want to change your mindset. Maybe you want to change your career, change your habits, or simply remember who you are. This journey is for you as well. So if you are down for a life redesign, or if you're interested in starting a business as well and want to see my process and my journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Join me over on TikTok and leave a comment down below and let me know what you're going to be editing in your life.